Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the most or very important law in the topic, that is magnetic effects of current, and this is the first important topic in fourth chapter of NCERT class 12th, that is Biot and Savart law. Okay, so Biot-Savart law mainly deals with the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field produced by any current carrying wire, right? Earlier Oersted has mentioned that when a current carrying wire is placed, it produces a magnetic field around it, and the pattern of the magnetic field was discussed by Maxwell's right hand thumb rule. So Biot-Savart law is the quantitative analysis of the magnetic field produced by any current carrying wire. Okay, so let's discuss this. Now consider this is a current carrying wire carrying current in I in this direction, and we shall find a magnetic field at a point P which is r distance away from this small segment. Suppose its length is TL, and that is the distance of the point P from this small segment of the current carrying wire is r, or we can say the position vector of P is what? R vector with respect to this dl element. Okay, so the position vector r makes an angle theta with the direction of the current in the wire, or we can say this is the angle between the current element. So what is the current element? Current element is known as IDL. So IDL is along this axis, and this is the position vector this way. So theta is the angle between them. Then according to Biot-Savart law, the magnetic field produced by this small segment at this position, that is, if dB is the small magnetic field at this point P, then the magnitude of dB is directly proportional to the current in the wire. It is directly proportional to length of that portion of the wire under consideration. dB is directly proportional to the sine of the angle that is shown here, angle between current and the position vector P, and the dB is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the point. Okay, this is clear. So these are the four variables on which the magnitude of the magnetic field depends on. So when we combine them, we get dB is directly proportional to I dl sine theta over r square. To remove the sign of proportionality, we get a new constant equal to mu naught upon 4 pi, and IDL remains as it is in the above expression, theta over r square. So this is the magnitude of the magnetic field produced at this position due to this small line element. Okay, due to this small line element. Now what is the value of this constant, that is mu naught upon 4 pi? So mu naught upon 4 pi is equals to 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. Okay, where mu naught is equal to 4 pi 10 raised to the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, and this is called permeability. of free space. Okay, how easily or how smoothly the magnetic field is permeated through the region where the current carrying conductor is placed, that is denoted by the mu naught. Okay, now if we want to denote this equation in vector form, that is the direction along with the magnitude of this magnetic field produced by this small current element, that is given by, now see the mathematics for vector form. For vector form, dB vector is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sin theta over r square. Okay, this is we had. Now we multiplied it by r in the numerator and then by r in the denominator, then we get mu naught I dl, okay, r sin theta over 4 pi times r cube. Now importantly, see this segment, this can be written as dl cross r vector, okay, and mu naught I remains as it is over 4 pi, and in the denominator we get r cube. So this is the direction of the magnetic field, or we can say the magnetic field in the vector form. Now what is the direction of this magnetic field produced by this small segment, right? That is to be discussed by the help of the Maxwell's thumb rule. So before going to that, we shall discuss the different cases of the magnitude of magnetic field using equation 1, right?